Good evening, everyone. Since it is inappropriate to share disinformation among the internet and it gets you blocked off of every social media platform, let's start talking truth. Do we know who this lovely lady is? If you said Susan Rosenberg, you are absolutely correct. Now the question is, do you know who she is? Yes, that is correct. She bombed Capitol Hill in 1983 and then was pardoned by Bill Clinton in 2001. And now she sits on the board that, guess what, handles all the finances for Black Lives Matter movement. So when we say that Black Lives Matter is a terrorist organization, this is why. Have a lovely day, and more information will be coming to you soon.
They can only make money off of sick people, not healthy people. Heart medicine, dandelions, and Roundup. That sounds crazy, right? But you know what? They all fit together like a puzzle. You know why? Those little yellow dandelions that grow in your yard that they tell you to hate, they're terrible. They're actually the greatest thing on the earth for your heart. The enzymes and the electrolytes can literally cleanse and strengthen your heart valves and muscles more than anything else. And it's natural and free. The crazy thing is, the same company that owns the heart medicine, that is the highest sold heart medicine in the entire world, that makes hundreds of millions of dollars a year, is the same exact company that owns Roundup. Yeah.
Don't let this government keep on fooling us. They're trying to blame the inflation on this conflict with Russia and Ukraine. Gas prices been on the rise since Biden took over. Inflation too. Look at the grocery stores, the shortages, all of that. Now they're claiming that the unemployment rates have gone down. That's because everybody got to get a second job just to afford gas. Now check this out. I've never been a Trump supporter. But we were definitely in a better position financially than we are right now. Biden came over and just cut off the Keystone pipeline. Then he supported the pipeline in Russia. So now we definitely going to be hurting at the pump. Prices out here in Cali have already reached like $5.50 on average. Rent keeps on increasing too. Every year is about an extra $300 you got to pay. Was that trade-off worth it? Trump used to say some crazy stuff, but was that trade-off really worth it? In addition to that, Biden got too many passes and Trump has been crucified for it.
Last night I made a video about Putin banning CNN and other media outlets. As a lot of you brought to my attention, I was unaware of that. And thank you. But this guy fucking nailed it. He nailed it. Out of all the comments that were there, and y'all had good ones, this one fucking made it, man. I like this. It's time. We're putting all our energy on the politicians. Yeah, we know they're fucking liars. We know they're turncoats on both sides. On fucking both sides. And it's proven it with Lindsey Graham. But this is what we need to do. We start showing force against the media, and maybe we can change something. We know Obama did it. He allowed the propaganda news to fucking take place.
Given what most Americans believe, the next statement may be more shocking than any previous. The fact is, the United States is not a country, but a corporation contractually created by the Constitution. Your state is a country, per the law, and your original citizenship is of that country. Our founders instituted themselves to be first and foremost citizens of their respective states. As of 1787, those states already had formed a union, and they created the Constitution for the purpose of perfecting that union in forming a national government. They did not intend that the new nation have any jurisdiction or powers over the states or their citizens that were not specifically enumerated in the Constitution. They stated this point quite clearly in Article 1, Section 8, Clause 17 of the Constitution. They granted the United States exclusive legislation in all cases whatsoever over such district not exceeding 10 miles square as may become the seat of the government of the United States, our District of Columbia, and to exercise authority over all places purchased by the consent of the states, and that is all. The framers further secured the rights of the people with the 9th and 10th Amendments in the Bill of Rights. In the 9th, they established that the enumeration in the Constitution of certain rights shall not be construed to deny or disparage others retained by the people. And in the 10th, they made clear that the powers not delegated to the United States by the Constitution, nor prohibited to the states, are reserved to the states respectively, or to the people. The only way the federal government can have any jurisdiction beyond these constitutional clauses is by written permission or contract. Which leads us to another piece of the puzzle, the 14th Amendment to the Constitution, ratified in 1868 following the Civil War. As barbaric as it may sound today, the black slaves, prior to the conclusion of the Civil War, were legally considered to be property, with none of the rights or privileges of free-born people, only duties. The money interests took advantage of America's desire to free the slaves and found a way to use the swiftly adopted post-war constitutional amendments to enslave all of the people. The deceit is in the wording of both the 13th and 14th Amendments. You will note that the 13th Amendment provides that neither slavery nor involuntary servitude shall exist within the United States. But why the emphasis on involuntary servitude? Isn't it the same thing as slavery? Sure it is. But they had to mention the concept of